but devil's club again is another adaptogenic herb. Meaning adaptogenic, meaning it's going to modulate the system. So it's not just going to boost your immune system or dampen your immune system down. It's going to more modulate your immune system. Or so when you get a cold or a flu, you don't like respond really heavily with a strong immune response, and you don't get also wiped out by the bug. So that same with echinacea. What's that?
So excuse me. So tell us. You mentioned that scenario about something within arm's reach being helpful. So explain how we would process that or synthesize that, for lack of a better term. So I have an issue, and what would I do? I know nothing.
So you know nothing. You're alone.
Right.
Okay. So we
don't eat the berries.
don't eat. So if you're gonna put it on the skin, if it's not a puncture wound, you're probably okay grabbing whatever you can find to put in your mouth and put on just basically chew it up and put it on your skin. Usually, if there's, you're not really, chances are like finding water hemlock or poison hemlock right where you are is going to be highly unlikely. It's there, it's in the bogs, it's around, but, or, monk's hood, I'm sure you're not going to go over there and eat some monk's hood, or,
Real problems.
yeah. I would go for the stuff that's lower to the ground, like the ferns. Those are going to be perfect. So if you, they call this something doctrine of signatures. It's a very, it's a term that comes from more of the older herbal lore, like Hippocrates or some Linnaeus. One of those guys came up with the doctrine of signatures. I can't remember who exactly it was. So basically, his idea was that the plant is going to present in nature what it treats in the body. So when I say treat something that's on the ground for a topical thing, so the ground is like your skin, right? So get something that's like low to the ground, kind of the skin. So that's kind of an idea of a doctrine of signatures. Chinese medicine kind of does that similar. So does some Native American herbal medicines, where they say that kind of same situation where it presents what it's going to treat, or it presents how it's going to treat. It can be kind of complicated, and it's not very scientific, so very subjective.
I can give them an example, a practical example, I think what you're talking about, but I have to use an experience. We're from Big Lake, and about a year and a half ago, I had my own children's program. It was private academy, and we were raising our granddaughter at the time. She was a baby, and I had to be up first thing in the morning. Kids were going to be coming, go off and do different things during the day. And my granddaughter, when she woke up, the whole back of her hand was, she was 2.5, completely swollen, and I knew she'd been bit. There was a mark in the middle of it, and there was a red line around it. Well, I had like 10 minutes to get dressed and head off to the church where we actually meet with the kids. And as soon as they all showed up, I said, all right, because I taught the kids this all the time. We have all our books, and the kids I had were 2.5 and 8. And I grabbed that one book and I taught the kids. I said, okay, you see what Ren's got on her hand? I'm pretty sure it's a spider bite. This hard, swollen, bright red. It had the redness, swelling, and inflammation, which are the 4 obvious things that there's something going on. And I said, this is what we're going to do. We went back to my house, grabbed my mortar and pestle, because I have them all around the house. And my daughter and I were looking out here. I don't see any yarrow or plantain here. They're in almost everybody's backyards. There's a dandelion, yarrow, plantain. People mow them over. We use them as herbs. And I grabbed the plantain, we grabbed some yarrow, and I just started I told the kids how safe they were. I said this is what anti-inflammatory was, and had them chew it. And of course, we go, oh, that's gross, whatever. This is what we do. You macerate it, chew it up, get spit on it. And then I ran into the house, grabbed some olive oil. I have some essential oils, so I grabbed a couple of those. I had the lavender, I had the tea tree, and I made a poultice. And had all the kids put their stuff in there. We put the whole poultice on the back of her hand, wrapped it up with some gauze, and by nap time, put her down. She got up, and the entire hand, the swelling was all gone. You couldn't tell she had been bit, except for the tiny little red mark. That's a practical application. If you understand what you're looking at and what it does, you can walk right over and go, okay, it's right here. Grab this, bite it. A bee sting. The plantain and the yarrow, same thing. You can stand there, pop it right off, turn it over, chew a little bit of it, and just stick it right in.
So plant identification is going to be first.
Very important. a lot of this,
You don't want to die on a bus.
So, so again, plantain, so doctrine and signatures of plantain, it's growing really low to the ground. The leaves basically, they don't even come off the ground and they just spread out, right? So again, it's gonna treat something right on the surface of the skin. So plantain is an excellent herb. I've used it countless times. But what do you do in the wintertime though? Right? We have the plantain, we have yarrow, we have a lot of really good herbs that are plentiful in the summertime. They're everywhere. What about the wintertime? You hurt yourself. You're out there in the woods.
Bruce,
You can preserve it, yeah, you can preserve it, but it's not as good as it's fresh.